guys. This is Simple Settlers, and we wanted to talk to you guys today about getting settled on your piece of property. We got 7 things that we want to talk to you guys about, 7 steps that we would offer just as you seek to plan out getting established on your land. Before we get into it though, we just first on the beginning of everything, we would say plan. We went ahead and went right into things without really spending time on our property to get to know the layout of the land, the beauty of the land. We knew it was beautiful, but there were many things that were kind of hidden within the land because of dense brush. But then once you actually spend time on the land, you do some clearing and you really get to know your land. It could, maybe not, but it could change how you might want to do things, where you might want to put your house. And if you end up wanting to change where you put your house, it changes everything. It could change how your driveway goes, could change where your septic should be, where your water well might be if you don't have access to city water. So plan, take time, if it allows, to get on your land, spend time on your land before you get going. So 7 steps. Step 1.
All right, step 1 is before you get your land, you want to check your county restrictions. So restrictions are tricky, so you never know until you call. So you need to call like the city hall that's close by. I called our local city hall. We're in the county, but I wanted to make sure there were no restrictions where we are to live in an RV. Some people have restrictions for mobile homes, or they want a more permanent structure, or the listing of the piece of land that you're looking at. You want to check with a realtor to check to see if the person listing has any restrictions. We have a friend that ran into the issue of they got land and then they realized they couldn't live in an RV for any extended period of time on that land
Because the county wouldn't allow it,
right.
Not the property deed.
Yeah,
But the county itself wouldn't let them. Even if the property deed you have lets you or doesn't have any restrictions, you got to make sure your county's okay with it.
Right.
So
Number
2, getting your driveway put in. So with this plan, figure out where you want to put it. I would stake it out, kind of know where the layout of the driveway that you want to put it. And then simple skid steer, bobcat, you'll take a few just very small top layer of the soil off. When I did it, I made the mistake. I thought I had to get all the topsoil off and get down to clay, and then I quickly realized that wasn't right, because then I'm digging 3 inches into the ground, and then for 450 feet long of a driveway, I got to do 3 inches of rock just to get it leveled back up. That wasn't going to work. That was going to be such a cost.
Right. He listened to me in that.
So we, there was a couple of spots I wish I could go back and redo, but such is life. Live and learn. So don't do it. Just simple, get the grass off, basically. Then I recommend you're going to do 2 different types of rock. The first layer, number 3, it's significantly bigger than a little piece of gravel, right? So this is number 3. I believe for our 400 or so feet long driveway, we had to do 3 loads of 40-ton loads of rock, and got that laid out. I would just call an excavating company that does loads, and they will dump it in a way where you don't even have to do spreading. They'll just spread it out for you as they drive through the driveway. And you do number 3. If you have time and the ability, I recommend don't immediately then put crusher run. I would recommend drive on the number 3 for a while. I even heard some people recommend 3 to 5 months. And that's what we did. We actually, we waited 3 to 5 months and we drove on it. And it got such a nice, hard, compacted layer down. And then we did our crusher run. And so we just did some crusher run, and that took a couple of loads as well. And then the skid steer was helpful in trying to smooth out the surfaces. So that's the driveway, putting that in. Then the third was electric. And first thing you want to do is call your AUB. or excuse me, your electric company, we went with AUB. That's our Athens Utility Board. We went with them. And you get them out, the guy will talk you through everything. What are their restrictions? How you're supposed to do it. You'll be given two options. One, do you want to go overhead or underground? And that's totally up to you. We went underground just because it was out in a big open field. And to us, we didn't want power lines and power poles going. It would have been cheaper, significantly cheaper, less of a hassle because they did all of it. But
well, we dug underground.
We went underground, and so then there's different specs for that. So and then your utility company will tell you exactly where you're located. Your specs may be different. You may have to go a deeper depth underground than other places. It varies. So be sure to listen to your utilities guy that comes out and tells you everything you need to do. Mine was at a depth where I was able to just get a single trench digger, and I did a trench, and just be sure walk through with your utility guy exactly, get the exact steps. I had some misunderstanding through some poor communication because I was a rookie and I wasn't told exactly how they wanted to do it, and I did my trench, and then I connected all of my PVC pipe, my conduit PVC pipe, and I connected it all together, and it's 400 feet long. And I was under the impression you leave that out of the trench, and then you wait till the guy comes and he gets his measurement. Well, unfortunately, I went quite a few days before he could even come out because of schedule. It rained. Guess what? Dirt fell into my 400-foot long trench, and I lost my depth. And I'd already turned my trench digger. So that was a very painful process of trying to scoop out with my hands the dirt that fell in to try to get it back at the depth it needed to be. So dig your trench, connect your PVC pipe together, put it down in the ground, and before you do the whole connection, you got to run a 1/4-inch rope through it because they got to be able to pull from your whole connected 300, 400 feet, however long your utility line's going to be. They got to be able to connect their utility cord through the PVC conduit pipe once you've connected it all together. And so they will attach it to the 1/4-inch rope that you've put into it, and they pull it through. There are a bunch of different ways to do that. I had a little bit of fun with it with my boys, where I tied a water bottle of water. Yeah, a water bottle, or a bottle of water. Have your pick.
That was fun for the boys.
They had a lot of fun because we tied the 1/4-inch rope to the bottle of water, and they would then just take it, feed it through, let it go down, and then they would pull it through and put it through the next one. And so they went off ahead of me while I started connecting them and cement gluing them together as I caught up to them. So my boys, they were 6 and 4 at the time. They had a blast with it, and they did 400 feet worth, and they loved it. So it was a great way to incorporate them into the process. So that's the electric.
All right, number 4 is well water. So we got a great, not electric, but well company to come out, and they dug, what was it, like about 150?
Yeah, they were able to get water about 150 something feet deep,
yeah,
which was great.
And we got our well, we got our hoses hooked up to the RV, and we put just a little filter on the RV, but we technically don't really need it. Our well water came out really good. We heard that it was good quality, so yeah, that's the water. It's really not much to it. Just get a good company to come out and drill your water.
That's right.
All right, number 5, we're going to talk about septic. With our septic, we decided to go with just a local company that will come out and let you rent a temporary septic tank.
It was a 300-gallon tank.
Yeah, so it could technically hold like 2 weeks of, junk.
The stuff.
Yeah, the stuff we don't talk about. But, it's essential. You want something to do that. I mean, we know people that have just, set up a tent and, dug a hole in the ground.
Like Cousin Eddie?
We're not that rustic. We've been called rustic, but But yeah, we have quite a few friends that do this, so we recommend. It's a company called Faye, and they've come out and just taken our junk away every week, or every 2 weeks.
It's costly, unfortunately.
It is, yeah, but
so
it's a good temporary solution until you get your permanent septic field.
Yeah, so if you can just get straight to it, and you seriously start making calls. So if you know you want to go ahead and get your septic field in before even the house is built, so you can save money and not have to pay the certain amount every month for them to come out and take it away, then start making calls, because literally these soil scientists are months out before they can just come and basically they just feel your dirt and they say, yeah, you're good to go, or you're not good to go.
Early, but yeah, you'll get your perk test once you're ready and you know where your house is going to be. We thought we were going to build in our field, but now we're going to build in our woods. So I think we've already done our perk test, but we would have moved it back a little bit closer to the woods. So yeah, that's septic. And number 6.
Yeah, so
mailbox.
Mailbox.
Yeah.
So you got to get the mailbox in. Of course, you can just buy your standard mailbox. We went ahead and made ours from scratch. We of course got the actual metal container, but then we did the wood, and I found a couple of YouTube videos on that, and so we put that together. When it comes to your mailbox, though, the post office, some places might say, well, you can't, if you don't have a permanent structure, we're not going to deliver to you. Thankfully,
I
though,
was told that, but
that's what she was told. Yeah, that's what she was told. But we, in our minds, we're like, well, this is technically a permanent structure for now, because we're permanently going to stay on the land. So we went ahead and just did it, and we didn't have a problem. They didn't give us any issues. Yep, mail started coming, and they are great. They took care of us. Make sure you talk to your post office. Don't just put your mailbox in the ground. You got to find out the route, the person who does your route, which side of the road they want your mailbox on. So the person who does your route is the one that makes that choice. And so just be mindful of that before you put your mailbox in the ground. You know which side of the road, across the street or on the side of your street.
Right.
So that's number 6. Number 7.
All right, 7-ish. This is optional, but just make your land fun. I mean, once you're on there, especially if you have kids, you kind of want to transition. We transitioned from the city, like from our kids barely going outside. There were too many mosquitoes there and stuff. To this now, and now they're playing 7 to 8 hours sometimes outside, just constantly wanting to go outside. Yeah, I homeschool. And a lot of times we could just knock out school in the mornings and then they're off outside. And we have fun together. We've set up a 100-foot zip line in the woods. They've built forts out here. They've spent hours on their fort. They absolutely love just time working on that and showing me all the new things that they've made. We have a creek out here, so they play in the creek, or,
We bought a off of Facebook Marketplace playground. We got it for, usually they go for $500, $600. It's probably even more now because of all the increase in cost.
You have to pay $500.
But we got it for $150.
Yeah.
For a family who was, I was at first opposed to it, and I was like, I don't want to go to Knoxville and drive so far to go get it. And
let's do this.
I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. And I went ahead and proceeded with the wife's orders, and so glad I listened to her. Because it's been awesome. It was so much fun for the kids, and it was a good thing for them to do outside, and so that's been a great addition. Yeah,
I mean, we're starting a garden, so I'll incorporate that into homeschooling, and we're really excited about it.
So yeah, make it fun, and listen to the wife. If she says go get something, go get it, and have fun with it. So those are our 7 steps,
and
guys.
If I say build an A-frame, right?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
If it matches the price. But anyways.
Thank you for watching, and have a great day.
All right, follow the 7 steps.
All right, peace.